Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Dave, welcome back to Wilde Reads, and have I got 6 fantastic books to tell you about. This video is all about 6 brand new books that are coming out next month, the month of June 2018, that I really think you ought to know about, and I really think that you should be checking these books out because they sound absolutely wonderful. So let's dive straight into these books today. No waffling, no going off on a tangent. Okay, so how is everyone? Is everyone okay? Settle down, grab a cup of tea, grab a gin and tonic, and let me tell you about 6 great new books that are coming out next month. We're going to kick off with The Mars Room. This is called The Mars Room. It's by Rachel Kushner. It's published by Jonathan Cape, and it's out on the 15th of June. Romy Hall is at the start of 2 consecutive life sentences, plus 6 years, at Stanville's Women's Correctional Facility. Outside is the world from which she has been permanently severed. The San Francisco of her youth, changed almost beyond recognition. The Mars Room strip club, where she once gave lap dances for a living, and her 7-year-old son Jackson, now in the care of Romy's estranged mother. Inside is a new reality to adapt to. Thousands of women hustling for the bare essentials needed to survive. The deadpan absurdities of institutional living, which Kushner deals with humour and precision. Daily acts of violence by guards and prisoners alike, allegiances formed over liquor brewed in socks, and stories shared through sewage pipes. Romy sees the future stretch out ahead of her in a long, unwavering line, until news from outside brings a ferocious urgency to her existence, challenging her to escape her own destiny and culminating in a climax of almost unbearable intensity. Through Romy and through a cast of astonishing characters populating the Mars Room, Rachel Kushner presents not just a bold and unsentimental panorama of life on the margins of contemporary America, but an attack on the prison industrial complex. That sounds absolutely fantastic, and I myself will be buying that book when it comes out on the 15th of June. So that's The Mars Room, written by Rachel Kushner and published by Jonathan Cape. The next book I've got to tell you about is called Falling Short, the fresh, funny and life-affirming debut novel by Lex Coulton. This is published by John Murray and it is out on the 14th of June. I have somewhere on this very messy desk, I have a proof copy of this. No, it isn't, it's over here. This is what the final artwork cover looks like. This is my proof edition without, so I'm sure this is going to be the final artwork. This is my proof edition, very kindly sent to me by John Murray Press. Thank you very much. I think this is going to be more than likely going to be appearing on my June TBR because it just sounds really, really good. Let me tell you about it. Frances Pilgrim's father went missing when she was 5. And ever since, all sorts of things have been going astray. Car keys, promotions, a series of underwhelming and unsuitable boyfriends. Now here she is, a 30-bloody-9, teaching Shakespeare to rowdy 6th formers and still losing things. But she has a much more pressing problem. Her mother, whose odd behaviour Frances has long put down to eccentricity, is slowly yielding to Alzheimer's, leaving Frances with some disturbing questions about her father's disappearance and the family's history she's always believed in. Frances could really do with someone to talk to. Ideally, Jackson, fellow teacher, dedicated hedonist, erstwhile best friend. Only they haven't spoken since that night last summer when things got complicated. As the new school year begins and her mother's behaviour becomes more and more erratic, Frances realises that she might just have a chance to find something for once. But will it be what she's looking for? Again, that sounds really, really good. Really looking forward to that. That's Falling Short by Lex Coulton, published by John Murray and out on the 14th of June. The next book I've got to tell you about, this is called Crudo and this is by Olivia Lang, and I first come across this book. Simon from Savage Reads has read this recently. He's got the proof edition and he gave it 5 stars. So this, I think, is going to be one of Simon's books of the year. This looks superb. Let me tell you about it. Look at this cover. Kathy is a writer. Kathy is getting married. It is the summer of 2017 and the whole world is falling apart. From a Tuscan hotel for the super rich to a Brexit paralysed UK, Kathy spends the first summer of her 40s trying to adjust to making a lifelong commitment just as Trump is tweeting the world into nuclear war. But it's not only Kathy who's changing. Political, social and natural landscapes are all in peril. Fascism is on the rise. Truth is dead. The planet is hotting up. Is it really worth learning to love when the end of the world is nigh? And how do you make art, let alone a life, when one rogue tweet could end it all? Olivia Laing radically rewires the novel in a brilliant, funny and emphatically raw account of love in the apocalypse, a goodbye to Berlin for the 21st century. Crudo charts in real time what it was like to live and love in the horrifying summer of 2017. So that sounds really, really good. That's Crudo by Olivia Laing, published by Picador and out on the 28th of June. The next book I've got to tell you about, this is called Bitter Sun. It's written by Beth Lewis, published by the Borough Press and out on the 14th of June. For all these books I'm mentioning, just as an aside, if you these are UK publication dates. So if you want to know when the book's coming out in wherever you're watching this video, then just check Amazon or Book Depository, or you can order internationally from Book Depository. All links will be in the show notes down below this video. So this is Beth Lewis, Bitter Sun, out by the Borough Press and published on the 21st, I believe. No, it's been brought forward. It's now, I had it as coming out on the 21st. It's now coming out on the 14th of June. This looks fabulous. Another beautiful cover. It all started when we found the body. Then nothing was ever the same. The dry meat Stand By Me and True Detective in this stunningly written tale of the darkness at the heart of a small Midwestern town and the 4 kids who uncover it. In the heatwave summer of 1971, 4 kids find a body by a lake and set out to solve a murder. But they dig too deep and ask too many questions. Larson is a town reeling in the wake of the Vietnam draft, where the unrelenting heat ruins the harvest and the people teeter on the edge of ruin. As tension and paranoia run rife, rumours become fact, violence becomes reflex. The unrest allows the dark elements of the close-knit farming community to rise and take control. And John, Jenny, Gloria and Rudy are about to discover that sometimes secrets are best left uncovered. Wow, that looks fantastic. There's some really good books this month. So that's Beth Lewis, Bitter Sun, published by the Borough Press and out on the 14th of June. The next book I have for you, this is called An Ocean of Minutes. It's written by Thea Lim, published by, who's publishing this one? This is by, I'm just searching my notes here. Quercus. This is published by Quercus, out on the 26th of June. Again, fabulous cover. A profound meditation on the humanity of class and the limits of love. This is a story about the malleability of time, but at its core lives something timeless. Polly and Frank are young and in love. A lifetime together before them, but one evening in 1980, as the Texas sun sets over their shoulders, the world is suddenly pulled apart by a deadly virus. Within months, Frank is dying. Polly can save him, but only if she agrees to a radical plan. To time travel to 1993 for a corporation who can fund his life-saving treatment. She can only go forward. She cannot go back. And she must leave everything she loves behind, including Frank. All they have is the promise of a future together. They will find each other again in 12 years' time, in Galveston, Texas, where the sea begins. But when something goes wrong and Polly arrives late, Frank is nowhere to be found. Completely alone, Polly must navigate a terrifying new world to find him and to discover if their love has endured. Well, that actually made the hair on the back of my neck stand up as I was reading that blurb. I'm not a big science fiction fan. I'm not a big sci-fi fantasy fan, but I do like an element of time travel sometimes in my reading, and that seems fabulous. So that's An Ocean of Minutes, written by Thea Lim, published by Quercus and out on the 28th, out on the 28th of June. And the last book I've got to tell you about for this one is called The Shepherd's Hut, and it's written by Tim Winton, published by Picador, and out again on the 28th of June. For years, Jake Claxton has dreaded going home. His beloved mum is dead and he wishes his dad was too, until one terrible moment leaves his life stripped to nothing. No one ever told Jaxie Claxton to be careful what he wishes for. And so Jaxie runs. There's just one person in the world who understands him, but to teach her he'll have to cross the vast saltlands of Western Australia. It is a place that harbours criminals and threatens to kill those who haven't reckoned with its hot, waterless vastness. This is a journey only a dreamer or a fugitive would attempt. Fierce and lyrical, The Shepherd's Hut by Tim Winton is a story of survival, solitude and unlikely friendship. Most of all, it is about what it takes to keep hope alive in a parched and brutal world. Again, sounds absolutely fabulous. That's The Shepherd's Hut by Tim Winton, published by Picador and out on the 28th of June. Well, that's it. That's all for me. That was the end of the 6 books. Whatever you are doing this week, enjoy your books, and I'll see you very soon for another BookTube video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.